It's Lucia at La Tavola in Waterbury, and happy 4th of July. We're here at Veterans Memorial Skate Rink in West Hartford.
It's Lucia at Stone Age Rock Gym in Manchester. Did I mention I was scared of heights?
Rising costs of college tuition, parents looking to save for their children's future education can look to Chet, Connecticut's higher education trust. How much does the average family need per child for college?
There is so much going on today. 500,000 people will be spectating right here, 30,000 runners. The energy is really, honestly, it's undescribable. And I know that we hear a lot about the runners and the people that are going to cross that finish line in 2 hours, but a good chunk of these runners, they are charity runners. And a charity that we actually highlighted on Only Good News, the Heron Project. So check out that video. We'll put the link below. Everyone runs for such different reasons. Friends, family members. Corey will tell you why he's running. This is Corey. He is from Maryland. We learned that, how do you say wash in Maryland?
I say wash.
In Boston, we take away ours. Corey adds ours. That's
we wash our clothes.
So why THP? Why are you running today?
Well, definitely THP because they focus on addiction, and that's very close to my heart.
The Hug Project was started by Ian and Gino, two former U.S. Marines, and they wanted to help spread awareness about depression and PTSD because they suffered from PTSD, especially Ian after he returned home from the war. And what he did to help solve that was to hug a lot of people. So they've come to South by Southwest to give out hugs, lots of free hugs. They're right here behind me. Wolf, her dad Justin, her mom Katie, well, we've met before, and Griffin, right? Yeah. And Wolf, how old are you, Wolf? 4. Wolf is 4 years old, and she is just the most precious thing. So Katie and Justin, can you tell us a little bit about, we've been learning about how this is a family. Star is a family. What are some of the services that they've provided for you, and how would you describe Star in your own words?
Need some peace in your life? You should know the color that'll help get you there. Did you know that 8 out of 10 Americans are stressed out at work, and the other 2 are probably lying?
Laying down's bad for you.
You should know the way to do it that makes you healthier. So you know that term retail therapy? Well, you should know it actually works. Italians on average live 3.5 years longer than most Americans, and my grandmother lived alone and worked out daily. So what is the secret to living long? Well, I'm here at the Ponte Landolfo Club to find the answer to the Italian fountain of youth. Maybe it's this. With over half of Americans not happy with their smile, I'm here with Melinda McKenzie from Power Swabs, who's going to help us all get a brighter smile. Melinda, thanks so much for joining us today. English novelist D.H. Lawrence said, "Tragedy is like strong acid. It dissolves away all but the very gold of truth." Newtown has been forced to face a horrendous act, but the strength that remains is the true story of this town. This is Newtown's truth, that even in the wake of unspeakable circumstances, they are tenaciously dedicated to rising up from the ashes and living in their truth. Any amount of time spent here, and you will see the elements that have forged on: faith, hope, and love. The greatest of which is most certainly love. I have a confession to make. I'm addicted to all the brand new shows on WCCT, from the Carrie Diaries to the Vampire Diaries, and all week long we have brand new episodes. The gang gets stuck in a lot of traffic coming up next on Seinfeld. Now, something you may not have known is that when Kramer accidentally burns the Puerto Rican flag, it caused so much controversy that this episode is rarely aired. So enjoy it.
Guys, what's up? It's Lucia, and we are live at the Nick Kids Choice Awards. The orange carpet's rolled out. The celebrities are ready to walk. I saw a ton of green slime. Everything's ready to go. So let's see who's on the carpet.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah. so excited. Shorty
Yeah.
is a 10. Shorty is a 10. Oh.
What you know about that?
Do to balance everything, your family, your friends, your health, and of course easy to assemble your career.
Cycle a lot. I ride my bike everywhere, which sort of keeps me, I feel connected because I go to dance class twice a week.
Zumba?
No, it's not Zumba.
Oh,
It's
I really want to try Zumba.
My name is Boyan Mandarich, and I am one of the co-founders of November Project. And today we're here at Harvard Stadium enjoying some free fitness before the rest of Boston wakes up. We use city as our playground. We have paths around the river, we have parks, we have stairs, we have hills. We use them all because we feel that fitness should be free. It started here in Boston, and now it's currently in 27 cities.
The first workout that I ever attended was in the city. It was in this baseball field, and it just felt like we were kids playing at recess.
So I found out about November Project because I live on their Friday route. My house is at the very top of the hill. So it started with a couple runners, and then it turned into like 50 and then 100 running up and down my hill. And my kids kept opening the door to be like, look at the runners.
November Project started in the winter months because those are the hardest days to motivate yourself to go out and do stuff.
What motivates me to get here in the winter, in the dark, when it's raining, when it's snowing, when it's freezing, is because of the people. They're going to be here. I'm going to get hugs. I'm going to have someone to do the steps with. I need to be here.
Coming once or twice or 3 times a week to just hug it out and sweat it out with a bunch of people, it's changing my life.
I stopped coming for about 6 months, and then when I came back, I was surprised that people still recognized me. And I had a handful of people notice that I had been gone and seemed very excited that I had come back.
All our leaders are volunteers. None of them are getting paid. We don't take any dues. So to know that there are so many people that are kind and good deep inside their hearts to do this for the love of their community has been the most surprising thing.
It doesn't matter where you're from, what your background is, what your career is. It's just people that have like-minded attitudes and positive attitudes and want to find the good in people.
It isn't just encouraging you to race faster or run harder. It's encouraging you to work harder and developing friendships and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone in all aspects of life.
We're attracting people from all walks of life, but what we're producing is a lot of happy human beings.
Lulu just has an uncanny knack for knowing who needs her, who she needs to see, who she needs to help. It's unexplainable to me. I've seen her work, and it amazes me that she just knows right to who to walk right up to and who to stay by. It's amazing.
As I walked in the door, I wasn't really expecting to see a dog. I heard about it, but it actually put a smile on my face and made me forget for a few minutes, and it was great. It took the pressure off.
It's the first time I went to a service and I saw a therapy dog there. So when I first went in, I was like, oh, there's a dog here, but she made it easier, which is silly to say, but when you saw her there, like you see a dog, you smile a little bit. But for me, it was mostly because my mom, she had a lot of grandchildren, so for the grandchildren, it was just, that day was just like a normal day for them, which I know it wasn't for them because they were hurting, but Lulu made it feel like just another day.
Little dove, help lift up our hearts as we watch you go. God is there if we just ask, because He loves us so.
One day I was at an airport and my flight was delayed and I was really frustrated, and all the flights around us were being canceled. And I watched this woman come walking across the terminal with another little dog she was traveling with. And I just watched this wave of calm come over everybody, myself included. And at that moment I said, wow, that was really powerful. As stressed and as frustrated as I was, the dog snapped me right out of the stress that I was under. And I had to research it a little further and find out how I could implement a therapy dog at the funeral home. Lulu's my buddy. When the vest comes off, and it's time for her to be a puppy again. I could throw the ball with her for hours. She's a great dog to have. People love Lulu. They come by after the funeral sometimes to say hello to her. She's been a great addition to the team here at Ballard Durand.
I knew about the problem of modern-day slavery because for 12 years I worked as a special agent for the U.S. government. But the U.S. government really can only go as far as the jurisdiction of the United States government lets them go. Through a private organization, we could do more if we could get the resources, if I could convince people to get on board. This problem requires a worldwide response. It takes millions, billions of people to rise up and say enough is enough.
I was with SEAL Teammate when he told me that he wanted to go private and he wanted to do these operations and that he wanted my help. I was all in. To me, there's no better cause in the world than to save an innocent child.
The minute I started reaching out and we started becoming operational, it was overwhelming, the support and how fast it happened. A couple of the first people on the scene to help us were Ed Smart and of course Elizabeth Smart. And Elizabeth has been absolutely just phenomenal. She speaks for us and she speaks for the kids, more importantly. We found celebrities who were already converted to the cause. Laurie Holden, for example, is an actress who was in The Walking Dead and Dumb and Dumber 2. And so it was an easy ask, and for her it was an easy yes.
In the last year, we've been able to rescue about 240 children, and that's not to mention the deterrent that it's caused.
Seeing these kids after we've liberated them is a powerful experience. They are grateful. They feel the liberation, the emancipation, and they were clapping and they were cheering. A lot of them were crying when they got there, and now they're clapping and cheering.
They were healthy. They were fattened up, they had smiles on their faces, they had a glow to them they didn't have before. To be a modern day abolitionist, it means I'm someone who can help someone who can't help themselves. It means happiness, bottom line.
Our main thing is action. We go in to the dark places and pull these kids out and shine a bright light into the ugly face of child slavery.